This show is a kick in the head. Because you won't believe what we've got cooking. So lie down and get comfy. Grab a pillow if you want. Because we're bringing down the house. And taking you for a ride with some of life's funniest moments. A run for the roses, or bushes, a pants-off dance-off, well, skirt-off, a sheep with delusions of grandeur, how to get rid of unwanted body hair, a makeover in a bucket. Yes, it's a really big show. It's life's funniest moments. The clips you were expecting came down with a sore throat, but the show must go on. So here are the understudy clips. The downside of spending the entire budget on costumes is that corners get cut in the way of set dressing. Still, they look great, don't they? Not only were the amazing Andersons not all that amazing, between you and me, their real name is Johansson. Svetlana was told the ruby red slippers were magical, but they certainly weren't helping her dance moves any. She should just click her heels and say, "There's no place like backstage, there's no place like backstage, there's no place like backstage." And remember, every Tuesday night is amateur night, where the winning singer will receive $100. And the loser gets a kick in the head. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes. I hope my skirt doesn't fall down. All the performers volunteered their time and talents for the big show because it was a benefit. All monies raised will go to pay the electric bill. There are lots of things I can't do, but let's not get into that. Look at what I can do. Look what this dog can do. He's towing this woman all over the room. That looks like fun. So much fun that another young lady decides to join the ride. I hope she has her transfer ready. Next stop, living room. What kind of music is this? Well, it's not quite rock. It's not really classical. Oh, wait a minute. Yep, no doubt about it. That is definitely pop music.
Took me 2 weeks to teach him this trick right here.
Wow, just look at what these two can do.
He likes to stand in the palm of my hand.
You know, he's doing this in a hand, which makes it a handstand. But he's also still a dog, so technically, it's a paw stand. When Grandma and Grandpa dance, They have that look that says they're falling for each other all over again. And over again and over again and over again. Being a grown-up has too many rules. That's why I prefer child's play. Petting zoos are normally educational. Kids get to make contact with the animals. But it's the animals that are making all the contact here. If old MacDonald had these sheep, he'd go E-I, E-I, ouch. There is no simpler party game than piñata. The rules couldn't be clearer. Smash it open and eat the candy. Or you could pick it up and run away with it. Your choice. Well, maybe the rules do need to be clearer. Steve and Sarah are having a lot of fun playing on that swing. But they're also having a contest to see who can swing the highest. Yeah, looks like Sarah wins. It seems like a baby versus a German Shepherd would be over pretty quickly, but think about it. Neither one can talk, they both drool, and they both get around on all fours. This bout is definitely a toss-up. Timmy's trying to earn his birdwatching badge for the Scouts. And this bird is about to present it to him.
You just had to have him sit up on my shoulder, didn't you?
Coming up, the Winter Games in the summer. And oh my, what's that smell? When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Taxes, mowing the lawn, and getting a speeding ticket. Not fun. Well, that's why we have no clips of them. Cut from the football team, Yuri was forced into the dance elective. He was having a hard time with the transition. Nice how even though a woman has been knocked down, everyone continues to dance. They didn't want to make Yuri feel so self-conscious, I guess. This dizzy bird thinks he's going south for the winter, but he's really going nowhere fast. Well, actually, he's going nowhere slow. Sometimes styrofoam and sticks can be fun, especially when your brother forgot the ski boat. Necessity really is the mother of invention. Serving a meal to these ducks and fish is easy. They all ordered bread. The tough part comes afterwards when they all want separate checks. This bird is saving his money for a rainy day, and it's a good thing he's been given coins. After all, we know what these guys do with dollar bills. America's pastime is baseball. Canadians love hockey, while the Europeans' passion is for football. And we can only thank our friendly neighbors in Lagistan for the gift they've given the sports-loving world, Mud Punch. If you have a mud puncher in your house, then you have a Lagistanian to thank. Mud Punch combines the full contact of pillow fighting with the balancing of gymnastics and the sitting of chess. It's only a matter of time before the baseball diamonds, hockey rinks, and soccer fields of the world are paved over, hosed down, and festooned with logs so that the world can participate in the Lagistanian tradition of Mud Punch. The rules are easy. Stay on the log and stay out of the mud. Fall off, you lose. Mud Punch. It's not just trying to keep clean. Your country's pride may very well be on the line. Smell has always been tied to sense memory. Marta will think of this birthday celebration every time she smells vanilla cream frosting, passionberry fruit punch, and of course, the distinct aroma of burning hair. Every year it's the same thing. The O'Rourke family reunion is ruined when Uncle Monty embarrasses everybody by insisting they participate in his ridiculous backyard competitions. Last year it was bobbing for dung beetles. The year before that it was get the ribbon off the skunk's tail game. And now, it's a good old-fashioned dizzy off. When will it end? When will it end? Good ones are fun, but it's the bad ones that get all the attention. Oops, looks like someone scheduled the annual Trust Game seminar on Take Your Daughter to Work Day. Ah, well, it's the sales department versus the advertising folks. Looks like it's the daughters who are the real losers. If they knew it was going to be like this, they would have opted to go to school. Charlie's owner taught her to play pool, and she's a natural. She can put the 9-ball in the corner pocket like nobody's business. Her only problem is the break. For some reason, she always scratches. The goals of a hitter in softball: see the ball, hit the ball, run to first base. Okay, here we go. See the ball, check. Hit the ball, check. Run to first base. Ouch. She needs a little work on that third one, but she's got the head first slide down pat. These dogs wanted to play together, but Mark wanted to play tug of war, while Brian wanted to play frisbee. So they invented a new sport, tug-o-frisbee, or is it frisbee-o-war? Here's a dog who really knows how to throw his weight around. He's blasting his front legs so he looks great on the beach this summer. Believe me, nobody's gonna kick sand in this doggy's face. Coming up, a bottle blows its lid, and a shoe-tossing kid. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Great news, I'm putting the band back together. Check it out. They have really pulled out all the stops for the Sunday Spectacular halftime show. Senior Jack Jennison is quite the performer. But his career was never quite the same after this hairline malfunction. This baby marches to the beat of a different drummer. Himself. He's the modern-day little drummer boy. Whether you like his playing or not, one thing's for sure, this kid knows how to shake, rattle, and roll. This sounds like noise to humans, but these instruments are designed to play a super secret high-pitched song that only dogs can hear. And as you can see, Rusty knows all the words. She may call it the old soft shoe, but try telling that to the guy the shoe hit. This talented parrot has composed his own theme music. The tune is a lot like him. Upbeat, colorful, and more than a little unique. I think he's got a hit on his hands. I mean, wings. Baby Joel is giving his first piano recital. He's playing a symphony in the key of, well, in the key of all the keys. He's really bringing it home now and gives himself a standing ovation, followed by a falling one. This famous concert footage of Fresh Doggy had his fans going wild until they noticed one shocking truth. Fresh Doggy is an air drummer.
Dan and Nellie, it's May the 28th, 1996. Tell me what you're doing today, Dan.
There are many milestones in a child's life. Their first steps, losing their first tooth, learning how to ride a two-wheel bike. Parents, don't you look back and wish you had videotaped all of your child's special moments? Well, little Timmy has a message for you.
No more videotaping!
Well, good night, and thanks for watching, everybody. Ha! Gotcha. We got lots more. Well, it turned out to be a false alarm this time, but if Mom ever really does catch on fire, Dad is all over it. When it comes to safety, there's just no such thing as being over-prepared. Dad's plan to scare Junior away from drinking backfired when instead of fear, the violent champagne bottle pop prompted Junior to explode with laughter. Back to the drawing board. There's a country so small that they only have one pair of women's shoes. Each year, one citizen is chosen by lottery, and she gets to wear the shoes for one entire year. This, of course, does make her a target from some of the envious types. Heavy is the head that wears the shoe. Coming up, a dance defies description. When we return with more of life's funniest moments. Welcome back to Life's Funniest Moments. Sometimes the dance floor clears out of respect for a dancer's ability. Other times it's purely a move of self-preservation. See you next time.